One, it's faith over fear. It's on my wrist. For me, I just always felt I needed this reminder of just choosing faith over fear in all situations. Pink or silver? Dream car. Jeep Grand Cherokee, black. Ooh, LL Cool J. Oh my God, I thought that was my husband forever when I was young. When I was young, that Mama Said Knock You Out video. Oh, yeah, I love me some LL. That was my favorite. And Nas. Nas is the next one. Australia. It's just beautiful out there. Everybody is so happy. The weather is amazing. The food is amazing. And that's like the 3 best combinations you can have. Writing, I would say, because not a lot of people know that about me. And I actually have a book that's coming out that's actually kind of like I wrote a book. That's the secret. Well, my name is Saidah Nairobi. I was born in Queens, New York, raised here in Atlanta. I went to performing arts high school called DSA, DeKalb School of the Arts. That's where I really cultivated my skills with music and dance. I went to Bennett College at HBCU in North Carolina. I have a dog, a toy poodle named Juicy that I love. No kids yet. You know, husband, you know, we working on it. A little background about me.
My first question is, when did you start dancing?
I first started dancing when I was really, really young in New York, Jamaica, Queens. My mom used to take me to this studio and I would take African dance classes. And there was a program, a community center, and I did The Wiz. And I played Dorothy, so that was like my first stage play, playing Dorothy and dancing and, doing all that. And that was when I was like 7, right before I moved here to Atlanta. And then I started running track. I was like, Ma, I don't want to run anymore. I want to dance. I want to do music. I want to do artistic stuff. She got the information for DSA, which was a performing arts high school in Atlanta. That's when I, would take classes, but I didn't take them seriously enough to really consider myself a technically trained dancer, because I was more into just doing hip hop and African. So that's where I started dancing. Yeah.
When did you realize dancing was what you wanted to do?
In college. This organization I danced for called Couture, it was a few of us that branched off and created our own crew called Hypocrisy. And it was more of us, like a small group of us that really was taking dance even more serious than the organization that we were a part of. And we would train all day, try to find as many venues to perform at, any little space that, we could go to dance or whatever, we were there. And that was where it really kind of clicked that dance didn't have to just be a hobby, it could actually be a profession, because we would study Janet's tours, Usher's tours, Ciara. She had just came out around this time, and that's where it really, really, really clicked, because her style was so similar to mine. Her being from Atlanta, that grittiness, like she was pretty, but she danced really hard, and that's what I was into. I wasn't into like being cute and like dancing in heels and stuff. Like I always wanted to dance with the guys. The crew I danced with was all girls, so that was all I was around, but we danced hard.
What is your first professional gig that you've ever booked, and how did that come about?
Well, I had an agent, or still my agent to this day, Aris Excel. He reached out to me and was like, so Jamaica has an audition for an artist named, he's European, so he has his accent. He's like, an audition for artist. I sound African now. Never mind, I'm not gonna do his accent, but he was like, there's an audition, and it's for The Dream, and they're looking for 4 girls. I think you'd be great, go for it. I went, blacked out. Jamaica was like, there it is. And then next thing I know, I'm in rehearsals for The Dream, and I thought it was funny how God, like, my first job was for an artist named The Dream, and it was like, oh, I'm actually living my dream now, like it's happening, because I've always wanted to work with Jamaica. Like Ciara, that was her choreographer, so for me it was like, if I get to work with C, I get to work with Jamaica, and that was my dream. So that was dope, that my first, even though it wasn't Ciara, my first artist I worked with, it was Jamaica, who was a choreographer, for her and him. So it worked out, and then I ended up being directly booked to work with Ciara after that. It was like, that just came with it. It was like, she's dope. She was on set, saw me doing a video for The Dream called I Love Your Girl, And a few weeks later, Jamaica hit up my agent saying I want to book Saidah to do a video with Sierra. It's happening! Oh my God, it's happening! Oh my God. So yeah, that was it.
What is the most gratifying gig you've ever earned?
Beyonce is definitely the most gratifying gig because I wasn't even looking. Like when I had my goals of what I wanted to do as a dancer, Beyonce wasn't on the radar for me. But that's because of the style of dancing that I was used to doing. And I watched her tours and I'm like, well, I ain't got no legs, so I ain't gonna be on that job. Like I can't do that. I just didn't expect it. But my agent, he was like, yo, like they're looking for girls and tall girls. And at the time there's a lot of short girls in the industry, but there weren't a lot of tall girls. And they were looking for like fresh faces. So I was like, okay, I'll go, to the callback because Frank was willing to, have me go even though I didn't go to the original auditions. So I went and it's just crazy. I was late to the audition because I had a performance with Carrie Hilson on 106 in Park. And so the audition started at 3. We finished performing at 7:30. So I'm like, yo, I'm about to be 5 hours late. Like I can't go to audition. My agent was like, go, just go. Give him your headshot and go. So we go. And literally when I walk in, they're clapping because I guess like the last group had just went and Frank was like, thank you all. He was giving his like speech, And then he sees me and my friend Neo, she and I were going into audition together. And he was like, hey, you guys know Single Ladies? We're like, yeah. So then he's like, all right, do Single Ladies. And I thought I was just gonna drop my resume off and leave because I'm like, I'm late, this is disrespectful, like I can't. They were willing to see us, so we did it, and then they ended up asking us to stay and learn what the girls had learned from the audition. And Beyonce was there the whole time, and she was looking at the headshots of all the girls that had came, and they were talking, stuff, but she was still looking up while we were learning and doing Crazy and Naughty Girl. Like she was still paying attention to us even though the auditions were over and it was starting the selection process. And I thought that was amazing because I'm like, she didn't have to give me a time of day. And she could have just been like, this chick is late. We already know I liked her from early, but she gave me a fair chance. And then I got that call that night that I was one of the 6 girls selected to start rehearsals for tour, but they were only gonna keep 4 girls. So it was kind of like fight for your spot kind of thing. So that was always gratifying for me because it just happened. Like I went to New York with a little baby suitcase, only staying overnight for this Carrie Hilson gig, and then I ended up staying in New York for 2 months and then going on a world tour. It was like, wow, like so didn't see that coming.
So what is it like dancing with Beyonce?
Oh man, it's incredibly humbling and inspiring and eye-opening because she works so hard. Details, she don't play by details with everything, not just the dancing, but the wardrobe, our look, the lighting, the music, the band, the crew. Every little detail she's paying attention to and putting her 2 cents in, and she knows vocally she gonna wail it out. Like that part goes without saying, like that's her gift. But with dancing, it's like she puts in the work, she grinds to get it right. She pushes herself. She doesn't say, well, I'm B and I don't like that move, so I'm not gonna do it. She feels it, and even though it might be a challenge for us, for her, she's like, hey, we're gonna get this. We're gonna figure this out and make it happen. And she wants everybody to shine. It's not just about her, shining. She's looking out for everybody. She's like, yo, I want you to have your own standout look, you to have your own standout look. She likes to see us grow, in the process. And so it's really awesome. Like I really feel like there was a confidence that I didn't have before I started working with her that I really tapped into once I got in that world. I was like, okay, it's levels to this. I got it, you know what I mean? So it's great. I always learn something new being around that team.
So with you working with Beyonce, that's kind of like the pinnacle for a female dancer, I would think. What more do you want to do in your career? What do you want to strive for now at this point?
Just evolving myself, dabbling more into other creative works that I've always had passions for, like music and writing and acting and modeling. Dance was just one portion of me, and it's been so successful for so many years, but it's a full-time thing. When you're doing a job for artists, it's not about you, it's about them and what they need, and you bring in what you're supposed to bring to the job. Other ambitions and stuff, you try to work on it on the side, but it requires 100% full dedication. So now that I'm off tours, it's giving me a lot of time to just, you know, do other things I've been wanting to do, like release a book, release music, and, you know, audition for movies. That's where I'm at now. I do want to open up a studio one day for, you know, for kids and just kind of cultivate the next generation.
What advice would you give to upcoming dancers to avoid, you know, those risks and being mistreated?
Yeah, I mean, it's really about choices. It's really about making the best decision for yourself as a dancer. A lot of times we only get shortchanged if we allow ourselves to be. Oh, it's not supposed to be a situation where you go in and you don't know what you're getting paid when you start the job. So ultimately, when you show up to that rehearsal, you're agreeing to the terms of what you signed up for. My advice to dancers is to really study the standard rates. You know, a lot of the rates are covered under Dancers Alliance besides SAG. If you're in a union situation, it's already set and you're good. But with tours, with music videos and stuff like that, a lot of times if it's non-union, tours are non-union period, but videos, if it's non-union, they can negotiate rates. So it's up to dancers to decide, okay, am I gonna be on set for 12 hours for $100, or am I gonna negotiate, you know, at least $500 or something to be on set for a music video that I'm freestyling in or doing choreography in. So it's really just discretion. Agency, that's why agent is good to have, but a good agent it's not even just having an agent, it's a good one that knows what dancers are supposed to be paid standardly.
Off of dance a little bit. What is it like being married to Mark Marvelous?
Oh man, it's amazing. It's awesome. It's awesome. It is. We're 3 years in and we've been together 7 years, and he's just awesome. You know, he's just a great man, a guy, just a great man, super inspiring. You know, I see him, you know, I always knew he was an incredible dancer, but I'm just like, he just gets better and better and better. Like, his vocabulary is so vast. I'm like, yo, like, you know, you were dope back then, but you're even doper now. Like, you know, and I love his growth, you know, and his hunger and his heart for dance, his passion for, you know, the way he gives to other people, his time, his energy. Like, he pours into so many people. The industry is a lot, you know, and it can be discouraging sometimes. It can be overwhelming, you know, so it's just great to have someone that gets it, you know, in the spirit, but also in this industry, you know, and we just war for each other.
What made you want to pursue a career as a singer?
Just the love. I love music. You know, a lot of times artists, I mean, you reflect the times, you know, and that's why, like, writing We Are was so true to me and so true to the times at that time, because it was like Black Lives Matter movement was starting up because of everything in the news with, you know, African American boys and men that were just being shot left and right. This is whack. This is not who we are. We're way more powerful than this, but they're trying to put us in this box. They're trying to, you know, make us slaves again, you know what I mean, in our mind. Don't get lost and caught up in the juice of what they put on the news. We have to strengthen our communities, and that's the thing. It's like really just wherever we live, wherever our environment is, really cultivating each other and saying, hey, like, stay focused. Like, this is who we are. Don't get caught up in that. You make music that means something, you know what I mean? And that's the dopest thing to me about the power of a singer, of a vocalist, is bringing something to the world, a message, you know, using your voice for a powerful cause.
Anything you got going on?
Yeah, well, besides, you know, Leap of Faith, my book coming out, it should be released May 20th. So look out for that. That's like the main thing for right now. It's my book. I'm really excited about sharing that. What's up, y'all? My name is Saidah Nairobi, and I am a queen at work.
We are game changers. Distractions, I'm here to retract them.